how to find and evaluate software development firms, how do you know that one is more suitable for your needs than another, what are the warning signs that you're mismatched with your provider, what can you do to ensure a fruitful collaboration that takes your business a long way. These are all the questions we are answering in this series of videos. Hi, I'm Fred Joy. In today's episode, I'm going to tackle one of the most important aspects to check before making your decision: the provider's communication processes and standards of quality. First off, communication processes and collaboration tools. Needless to say, communication is a critical component of any collaboration success, so it should never be underestimated and should always be crystal clear and straightforward. But for software development, it's also a very broad term with different components. Now, there are 5 types of communication you'll have to handle with your teams. Be familiar with each of them and understand how your prospective provider approaches each one. Project and task management. What are your workflows like? In our experience, the #1 software development tool for agile teams is Jira. It's a full-featured task management, team collaboration, and reporting tool that you can use to manage your Kanban boards, Scrum boards, and other projects. Jira is super flexible and allows for unique workflows and processes, so you can use a configuration that really works for you and your team. Also, how does your team control their code? Do they use DevOps lifecycle tools such as GitLab or GitHub? Clarify how your team should work in terms of project planning, source code management, version control, etc. Make sure you understand how they manage communication flows and frequency around these tools and in which framework they operate. Most of the providers should be very well versed in using Agile Scrum methodologies, which is the gold standard process of the software development industry. Daily interactions. How will you communicate daily updates with your local and distributed teams? Where do you share feedback and assignments? There's a huge number of messaging apps available like Slack, Skype, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or even email. See if you're comfortable whichever app the outsourcing vendor uses for day-to-day interactions between teammates. Cultural awareness. The invisible part of communication is the cultural difference. Make sure that your provider is training its staff on cultural awareness. The people you will work with should share your organization's understanding of the differences between individuals and their respective backgrounds. This is why at Arcanis, we constantly promote a heightened awareness of cultural sensitivity to both our clients and employees. Progress report and team status update. Communication includes report on your team's progress. Ask what their practices are in terms of hour logging, project monitoring, and progress reporting. Make sure you're always aware of what has been done, by whom, for how long, what the next steps are, and so on. This is super important in terms of accountability and transparency with your team members. For example, at Arcanis, we provide daily and weekly reports from every single team member. Escalation process. How does their escalation policy work, if there's any? Is it acceptable to you? How do they document issues? How long do they attend to an issue before deeming it unsolvable? These are a few essential questions that you and your provider may also need to address before going further. Next is standards of quality. Before the collaboration can start, both parties need to agree on the expected quality of work, particularly what is their take on the essential industry standards. For example, what does the provider think about commenting code? How do they ensure high quality, legible code? Do they adhere to clean code principle to control the quality of what they produce? How about testing the code? Incidentally, we have articles that may help you out regarding these topics. You can check out the links in the description section below. And of course, don't overlook the expertise of the developers. What are their respective education levels, credential, and previous work experiences? How does the provider pick the right candidates and make sure those individuals continuously upgrade their skills? What are their feedback processes for quality, developers, and so on? These factors say a lot about the type of company you're dealing with, especially in how they uphold standards of quality in whatever aspect. There are many other processes, tools, and standards we could talk about. These are simply the ones that I get the most questions about when I speak with prospective clients. I hope this helps. And of course, let me know if you have more questions by commenting below or sending me a message. Cheers!